Hey guys, it's Stephanie here. I hope you're having an awesome day gardening. It's springtime, it's the best time of the year, it's my happiest time of the year. And I just wanted to give you a little bit of an idea on some ground covers you can plant, especially in an area that might be a little bit more difficult. So I have an area over here that half of the flower bed gets a ton of shade and half of it gets full sun. So I'm going to show you some ground covers that happen to be some of my favorites, that love the shade, and some of the full sun loving ones that I have fallen in love with also, to give you some options, especially if you have a flower bed that's just like mine. Right here, I'm going to walk to it. Right here, it gets about 2 to 3 hours of morning sunshine, and that is it. This area from the other half gets full sun all day long. It's getting shade now about 5. I guess it gets shade about 5 p.m. But that means it's getting like 10 hours of sunlight all day long. It gets really hot here, about 100 degrees. Okay, so let's take a look at the ground covers now. So right over here, this is one of my favorite shade-loving ground covers. Absolutely beautiful. This gets hardly any sunlight, and look how many flowers there are. This is sweet Woodruff. Isn't that just an excellent ground cover? So I bought a few more because I just want these to spread. These will self-seed and spread on their own, but I'm a little impatient. I don't want to wait. So I bought a few more. They're really, really cheap. They're usually at every local nursery. And I just want to show you the label for a minute. Whoops. Okay. So it's great in a woodland garden. So we have a river that I'm kind of putting it all over. It's going to take a while for it to get established, but it's a beautiful plant. Blooms April to May, like you see. It's May right now. This actually came out a little bit later. It just started coming out. And I'm really excited because I'm just gonna kind of let it spread like crazy. I think it's so beautiful with hellebores. So right here I have hellebores, and they are also shade loving. So that's a shade loving ground cover I'd highly recommend. And then right here is my creeping Jenny. But isn't this a beautiful, vibrant lime green? This grows super fast. It also looks great in container pots and hanging baskets and all those different smaller container type things. And it is a very hardy perennial. I've actually divided one plant, and over the course of 2 years it's produced all this green ground cover. It does spread pretty easily, but it's also easy to dig up. So I wouldn't really categorize it as invasive. It can handle the full shade and the full sun. It just won't be as vibrant. So like right here you can see it's a little bit less lime green as this one because that one gets more shade. But I just love this plant, especially around rocks. And it's gonna look absolutely beautiful with my Gay Paris peonies. And so I have some whites, I have some lime greens, and I just knew I needed some blue in here, some blue ground cover. And right here is a peachy colored foxglove. And so I found this just barely at the nursery. It's a new discovery, and it is so cute. Look at those little dainty blue flowers. And so I'm really excited. I'm gonna kind of let it fill around these stones, around these beautiful coral bells. So that purple with the peach and these blue flowers are gonna be so cute. So this is the Veronica Georgia Blue, and it really doesn't get very big, about 4 to 6 inches tall, but it does spread really well. So I'll have some white, some limes, and I just am so excited to have that added blue. I'm gonna go show you some other ones that aren't in this flower bed, but they also would look great in the shady areas and the sunlight. Right here, this ground cover is called Scotch Moss. And look, they have the daintiest little white flowers that are starting to come out. This loves the full sun. I was maybe gonna add this over in that flower bed, but I already have all that green, so I wanted something blue. But this one is great because you can walk on it. It can handle a lot of traffic, and it's really, really pretty with all those little white flowers. But at the same time, it doesn't grow very fast. It's a really slow grower, and you have to buy a lot of them. They like to be planted about 6 inches apart, and so they're definitely not invasive. But they feel so nice. I wish you guys could be here touching this right now because it's really soft on your feet. So it'd be great for pavers, just where you're gonna have a lot of foot traffic. All right, this next ground covered is called Lamium. It is very lush, soft to the touch. Seriously, this thing is amazing. And these just spread like crazy. There's a lot of different varieties of this, but this one in particular is Beacon Silver. They actually have these cute little flowers that bloom from all the way till spring until fall, just off and on, and they spread like crazy. One plant will just cover your entire yard. But once again, they're easy to dig up, so they're not too invasive. Some plants are just impossible to get rid of, but these are not if you decide you don't like them anymore. I don't know why you would, because they're absolutely gorgeous and so soft. I think I forgot to mention that that cute little blue dainty ground cover, the Veronica Georgia Blue, is a full sun-loving one, and that Lamium is a shade-loving ground cover. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of that sweet Woodruff planted, this Georgia Blue. What I really love about all these ground covers is they bloom at the same time, about spring, and they'll bloom for about a month. So when all my other flowers have started to come out, I'll also have some flowers from the ground cover. And with the sweet Woodruff, I just love the leaves even when they're not in bloom, because they're really cute. Look at the shape of those leaves. They're kind of like flowers in themselves. So that's pretty awesome. And then once all this fills in, it's just going to be great for weed control, and it's going to make a lot more low maintenance and less work on my part, because I have a lot of land to take care of. This was a really fun video to make. I hope you guys loved it. Sometimes it can be tricky when you have shady and full sun in the same flower bed, so I hope this helped you out a little bit, gave you some ideas. Have so much fun gardening, and we will talk to you later. Bye.